It's week 7 of Lake Stevens Battle Association 2025, season 12, and this week is quite short. I think the longest battle is like 20 turns, and there's two 6-0s. First, we have Jack versus Taco, and we get the Weevil lead. Weevil is the MVP of this whole week. But Weevil can't do much to a Weezing. And quadruple resist for Fairy, and then we get a pretty big special tank. Then also resists fire. Barely takes any damage from Discharge. Discharge is a dangerous game against a Marvel Scale Pokemon. Marvel Scale will make its defense, physical defense, even higher. And that's why he's not switching out to Excadrill or Tyranitar. Because he wants to be paralyzed. But he also, that's a pretty good way to knock it out. Roaring Moon with the booster energy, the Dragon Dance. Now its attack is crazy. But he's not afraid. He just toxics it. But the acrobatics, because it used up its item. Oh, but the Iron Head is just not enough. That quad weak to Fairy. Yeah, Roaring Moon doesn't have great stats, but I think it's an Uber. And Ferrothorn's a good switch into Tyranitar. That's been true for like 10 years. 12 years. 14 years. Yeah. Oh. You do not want to have a Swords Danced Excadrill in the sand. Now its speed and attack are double. Jeez. But it's almost enough to beat Ferrothorn. If it had like... Oh, it does have a Life Orb. Yeah. Yeah. That's the best it can do. And the Earthquake stall switch lets him do 12 damage. And even though Ferrothorn is quad resistant to Rock Slide, it still KOs because of its hit points. And he's just kind of trying to stall out the Sandstorm turns so that its speed isn't as high. He was worried about Scarfed Excadrill, or about Scarfed Nidoking. So if he didn't switch out, if he had Earthquaked, and he switched into Zapdos, Excadrill would have been KO'd. So he wasn't worried about a Scarf on Nidoking. He was worried about a Zapdos switch. And that would have been the final thing. And we find out this is not a Scarfed Nidoking. This is probably a Life Orb Nidoking. Oh, and with the U-turns, but that's dangerous because it's got static. The Discharge does not paralyze. And in comes Weevil with the three knockouts. When Weevil uses low kick, it kind of looks like he's just... Oh, sorry. Kind of looks like he's just running up and... Oh! Right in the crotch. An Ice Shard is just enough to knock out the Excadrill. Pooh! So, I'm sure Jack knows more about this than I do, but he probably looked up how much his vacuum wave would have done to the Weevil. Or he wasn't thinking about it. But either way, he ends up winning. And that was battle number 1. And next we have my battle. I was very worried about this. I think Azumarill is on my team just for like Dragonite, and he traded for Dracovic. And the two biggest things I was worried about, Tapu Lele and Dragonite, he did not even bring. I think I have Assault Vest, Iron Hands. He crunches pretty strong. I switch into Mawile. Mawile is also there for Dracovic. He might not have even been on the team if I wasn't worried about Dracovic. And he does the smart thing. This is a Mega Diancie, but he stays as normal Diancie because defense is good for him and speed is bad for him. And I didn't know that was part of the rules. And he doesn't even go for his Magnet Pull Pokemon. It's probably a sturdy Magnet Zone. No, I don't know. And I didn't know Quark Drive worked this way. So if he had Tapu Lele, I was going to switch in Baton Pass into my Muck Alola with the Assault Vest. And that would have been good against his whole team. But because he didn't have Tapu Lele, Iron Hands is a little stronger, so it makes the game go by faster. And then I think I had like... I might have belly drummed with the Azumarill on top of having the 3x defense. I didn't know Quark Drive worked this way. I didn't realize it accounted for boosts and stuff. And I'm going for Drain Punch, you know, so I can heal. If I had known that's how Quark Drive worked, I wouldn't have put booster energy on it, but now he's got 4.5x defense. And he just kind of, we know what happens. Or even Air Balloon would have been better than... yeah, my first battle with Joey. And next we have Dylan versus Josh. I think Dylan at this point is not won any, and Josh is pretty undefeated. So you can kind of guess where this goes. Iron Bundle is an Uber. Pooh, a freeze dry. And he's expecting Thunderbolt or Moonblast, so he switched in his thing. Yawn is a fun move. This Toxic Spike really helps. Gunk Shot misses. I've used Clefable a lot. Clefable is not good. Clefable will die to everything, even unboosted stuff. So its Unaware doesn't help if it can't beat an unboosted thing. So this was a interesting, mature strategy. He switches in his Tapu Koko first, because he wants the speed boost on Iron Bundle. But there was the chance. Iron Bundle is not flying. I think it's flying and it's not. So, yes, he did the right thing. And now it can outspeed a Scarf Garchomp, if that is what it is. And it one hit KOs the... This has got to be a Specs bundle. Oh. And that special attack drop, I think that matters. But it doesn't. And now that the terrain is gone, he's... Yeah, Iron Bundle was the MVP of his team right there. And he's prepared for Strength Sap. He's got Swords Dance. Swords Dance outpaces Strength Sap. No, he got cocky. And in spite of Dylan playing the absolute optimal way, we get this nasty plot Darkrai. And, yeah. And he gets the cursed body. Now here you're thinking, the cursed... Now he can't use Dark Pulse. Now he can't do anything to the Cloyster. No. The underdog does not win. Next we have the Bug Team versus Chartwig. Is he gonna Quiver Dance? No, he Toxics. Quiver Dance would have been decent, though. The Draco Meteor misses. Let's see if that matters. Well, that would have been a good Swords Dance opportunity, but he wants, he really wants his Stone Axe. This Quackavall does way too much. Jeez. Yep, all he can really count on is... So I wondered why he sticky webbed. Why it was so important for him to sticky web. I think he was planning on sacking the Vikavolt and then using First Impression. The sticky web isn't even there, and he has Court Change. Scizor versus Scizor. Oh, that flinch mattered. That flinch really mattered. That's why he has so much hazard control, is so that he can keep the focus sash. I don't know how important that sticky web really was. So he just switches out to get regenerator heals on his Tornadus. Oh jeez, where's my... And Pyro Ball misses. This is a banded guy, so he's stuck on his... No! Why would you trailblaze? Alright, Libero has already procced. You can't proc it again, maybe, unless it's different than Protean. I think he was just very pessimistic, and that he used Trailblaze expecting nothing to happen, expecting to get it KO'd in one turn. And finally, we have the best friends. We have Alex versus Rodney. Lopunny goes first. Lopunny says, hey, you can't have a Focus Sash. And he switches in his Ghost type. Which... does not perform well. I think Rodney says something to the effect that he didn't understand that... Oh no, it was Joey who, yeah, both Joey and Rodney did not understand the Scrappy ability. So he didn't expect close combat to work. He thought he was switching out. Scrappy allows it to use fighting and normal type moves against ghost types. Urshifu is a menace. It KOs whatever it wants. And here's Tinkaton. Tinkaton has base 75 attack, but you wouldn't know it, because Gigantic Hammer is just such a strong move. Gigaton Hammer. And there's the Stealth Rock, and he does not like the Stealth Rock, because he likes to switch so much. And there's the Hydro Pump on the Urshifu. Close combat is no longer enough. And I don't think it's banded either. It's got to be scarfed. And I think the Treads is also scarfed. And it puts the Stealth Rock back just because he can afford to. He's expecting... Oh my gosh, Landorus hard counters Sandy Shocks. It's got nothing on him. And then he can just Earthquake everything. I don't know what he expected to do with Galvantula. And I'm not certain that Rodney knows that grassy terrain makes Earthquake weaker. Because otherwise I think he would have sent him out first. Pooh! And he's doing the exact same thing Jack did. No, that's not what happened. Yeah, he's thunder waving it just because because he can't use Gigaton Hammer 2 turns in a row. That's the special thing, because it's so heavy that when he swings it, then he's stuck because of momentum. And that was week 7. One more week to go through today.